What's up, boxing fans? This is Aaron here to do another boxing analysis. This analysis is between the Cuban gold medal Olympian Eris Landy Lara versus Austin No Doubt Trout. Okay, these two are going to go head to head. As we know, they're going to leave it all in the ring. They both have a lot to prove. And I basically just feel that Eris Landy Lara, just throwing out there in the beginning, his speed, his power, and his lateral movement would be way too much for Austin Trout. He's way more lighter on his feet than Austin Trout. And yes, they're both southpaws, but the better southpaw who lands more punches in succession and with better accuracy and precision will be Eris Landy Lara. Lara is a gold medalist from the Olympics, as I've already stated before. You know, he won it twice. He won, I mean, not in the Olympics, but in the Central American and Caribbean Games and the World Amateur Championships. You get gold medal, gold medals in those type of boxing events. You know, those type of competitions. That's a big deal. You know, that's not nothing to push over. In the World Cup in Moscow in 2005, he got the silver medal. So that just lets you know his elite level. And people don't give him his credit. They say he's too boring. He's a runner. He's not a runner. He's an impressive, intelligent, very muy intelligent boxer that has great pop on his punches. If you can break somebody's orbital bone, you're special. Him and Eris Landy, Guillermo Rigondeaux and Yuri Gamboa are by far the best the best Cuban boxers I've seen, period. I mean, even better than Joe Casamayor. That's just my opinion. You go off of overall boxing skill. Now, let's get to the record. You have Eris Landy Lara, who is, 5'9", boxing at 154 pounds. From Guantanamo, Cuba, 21 total fights, 18 wins, 11 by knockout, with 1 loss and 2 draws. Another thing big about him that I have to throw out there, on his ESPN debut, he got a TKO first round back in 2009. He's faced credible opponents since then, very credible, from Grady Buer. TKO'd him in the 10th round with 2 minutes and 34 seconds. And that was like, I think, his 10th win. And then he beat Carlos Molina. Well, no, they drew. He went to a draw with Carlos Molina. So that lets you know the type of boxing talent Carlos Molina, and some people said Carlos Molina won. He had lost to Paul Williams, which we all know that he whooped Paul Williams' ass. You know, I mean, he was hitting him with the same overhand left and right hook all night long. He would slip, jab, overhand left, or slip, jab, left hook. It was just beautiful all night long. Ronald Hearns knocked him out because he was so pissed off from that Paul Williams loss that he really did not deserve in that 12th round. I think it was split decision, or probably even majority, who knows. TKO Ronald Hearns quickly with no problem, 1 minute 34 seconds. Freddie Hernandez beat him in a unanimous decision win. Freddie Hernandez was a tough cookie to crack. He was not easy to beat. Danis Matarojo, he beat him, I mean, well, I feel he beat him, but it was a draw. Some people say Danis Matarojo won. I believe the overall boxing skill showed that night, even though he didn't look that impressive. And he came back now as another big name that he's beating is Pedro Angulo. Beat Angulo in 10 rounds with not just his power punching, but it was his skills. He'll sit back, he's in the southpaw stance, right arm forward, left arm back for people that don't know. He's jabbing, straight left hand down the pipe. Jab to the stomach, straight left hand down the pipe. It was just beautiful. I love what he the performance he put on was masterful. It's anything you can ever hope for when you are looking at an opponent, you know what I'm saying, that's going to come forward. And Angulo's one of my favorite fighters. He comes forward, he gives a lot of pressure. Pressure breaks pipes, but it didn't break Eris Landy's pipe that night. It bursted it almost, it kind of cracked, but it didn't burst open. And what I mean by he knocked him down, I think it was 3 times or twice, for what I remember. Earlier in the I think the third round or second round, and then later in like the eighth round. It was one of them. I know it was early and late, and he knocked him down. I was like, oh shit! And they were both, I believe, left hooks. So that's one thing you can't land on Eris Landy Lara, because sometimes he has his hands down and he doesn't keep them all the way up, and he'll have them all the way down like this. And when you do that, hey, you know, a great timing puncher like Alfredo and Pedro Angulo, who prides himself on his power, will get you out of there, or at least try to. And he knocked him down, but that showed his heart. I really wanted to see his guy. I wanted to see his cojones. You know, I wanted to see what he had in the tank if he got knocked down. And he has big corazon, got back up, did what he had to do. Now, let's get straight to it. Austin Trout, you know, no doubt Trout faced Miguel Cotto. It's hard for me to say it, but he beat him. You know, it is what it is. I mean, it was a close fight. It could have been a draw, but I believe he edged it out. He fought with other people and didn't look so well. You know, he fought with Devin Rodriguez. He won, but he didn't look so well. Basically, this is what it, you know, looked like to me. This fight is for, just to throw it out there, WBA light middleweight championship at 154 pounds. The interim title, it will be at the Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, December 7th. Don't miss it. It's going to be a great card, great night of boxing. Whoever wins, I believe they'll get like a Canelo, Miguel Angel Cotto, Sergio Maravilla Martinez might come to 154, even though he has a title reigning as the middleweight king at 160. I mean, you have so many different options, my people. So, Lara, this is a big fight for both of them. Austin Trout from La Cruces, New Mexico. He's really trying to prove to people that he's legit one of the best 154 pounders in the world and one of the best in boxing. He wants to be, you know, known as #1 pound for pound. He said in many interviews that I've watched. He's 5'10", about an inch shorter, you know, but he's more stockier in muscle build. He's very muscle bound. Very long. He has long arms. 73-inch reach, 5'10". That's a lot. That's impressive. 28 years old, American, boxer, African American, 26 wins, 14 by knockout, 1 loss. Alright, let's get down to the breakdown real fast. Okay, let me break this fight down. I have Eris Landy Lara beating Austin Trout up. And let me tell you why. Austin Trout is going to, of course, try to sit back and box, right, on the back foot, but then he's going to try to come forward because it's just part of his mentality. Now, what I see is, I see Eris Landy Lara jabbing to the body a lot, getting Austin Trout tired, hitting him with right hooks. Every time he leans and he tries to throw like a 1-2, it tries to be really active, because Austin Trout does throw some pretty good combinations at times, and he tries to turn his opponent. Lara is so smart. He'll dip his head around, catch him with the right hook, straight left hand down the pipe, right uppercut, straight left hand. He's going to hit him with that type of combo all night. Jab, overhand left, right over the guard, right over his jab. And that's going to be the continued process of the night, all night long. You're going to see the same thing over and over. You're going to see a lot of lateral movement from Lara. You're going to see Lara switching it up a little bit too at times. In the middle rounds, he might come up with a left uppercut when he's in the inside, right? You know, Austin Trout's probably holding his arm, come up with that left uppercut, blocking his right side and throwing left uppercuts, you know, right down the center, right down the middle. Something Miguel Cotto should have done more, throw more uppercuts when he fought him, but Miguel Cotto was fighting just like a brawler that night. Didn't even care about anything. It was just crazy. But anyway, I see late round stoppage, 10 or 11th round for Eris Landy Lara. A lot of you guys will say I'm crazy, but you'll be coming back to the video like, damn, Ant, you told me so, man. Like, you really know your shit. You know your boxing. Which I know, you know. No need to be cocky about it, but I just know. Like I said, that Cuban school of boxing is just too good, and I believe it's going to show that night in December at the Barclays. So you guys tell me what you think in the comment section below. And the combination, I believe it'll be, is a jab, straight left hand down the pipe. It's going to drop, just like what Canelo basically did to Trout, surprise him. He's going to probably throw a jab out there for location, just like Canelo, throw a straight right hand stiff, straight right hand, just like, you know, that's what Canelo did, drop Austin Trout. And bad thing about Trout is he has those Bambi legs. You know, those Bambi legs that go when he gets it on the chin, just automatically gets Bambi legs. So I believe he's gonna get Bambi legs again because of the accuracy and the precision shot of Eris Landy Lara and that power. And he's not gonna be able to see the angles, you know, with the speed and, you know, accuracy that he's gonna throw, meaning Eris Landy Lara, and it's gonna drop Austin Trout at least twice in this fight. And he's going to bust him up good, and I believe he can get a TKO stoppage, maybe even a knockout, but I know it'll be late rounds. So, and if it does go to decision, Eris Landy Lara will win. He has overall, you know, boxing, you know, talent. So, tell me what you think in the comment section below, like I said before, and I will get back to you with more boxing analysis. Peace.